Well, did you feel like you were super wealthy, super well off?
No, but if your queens are blocking the ramp, surely you wouldn't want to pull them away
No,
as
but
such.
did you feel like you had a lot of money?
Too busy worrying about the banelings, to be honest.
Okay, well, you didn't have a whole lot of money. You had 20 drones mining. That's not a huge economy.
Cool.
With that economy, you're not going to support 2 injected hatcheries.
Okay.
You could support 1 injected hatchery, and as it so happens, your natural hatchery is very close to your ramp.
Yeah.
So you can poke out, inject your natural hatchery, and then come back to the ramp, is what I'm trying
Sweet.
to say.
Okay, cool.
So,
Let's
alright.
try it again.
So we haven't necessarily given you anything to change. I don't necessarily want you to change anything. If you want to go straight to Roach, that is okay. But be
Yeah.
mindful of the natural progression, and be mindful of the things he can do to hurt you if you try to cut that corner.
Okay. I do feel most comfortable moving on to roaches, as I feel they're a bit more like sturdy than banelings. Like I know that banelings do a lot of damage, but you have to be micro and stuff.
Yeah,
Seeing your
I like banelings. That's my style. I love banelings, but to each his own. And I'm not going to tell you that roaches are bad.
yeah, sure.
All right, take another bite of my chicken pot pie now.
You found it. Oh, excellent. Close there again.
Yep. So that's great for you.
Definitely.
People watching in chat are very perplexed as to how I've managed to get the real fruit dealer on my stream.
I told you.
And they're also very
Just say you got
perplexed
skills.
as to why he speaks such good English,
Practiced a lot.
and also why he says Zed.
He's English.
So I'm watching on the fruit dealer cam. Good. There you go. You got to be constantly checking on him, seeing what he's up to. Now here's a cute thing that you can do sometimes. If he's trying to go hatchery first, and you know y'all are in fast expansion positions. These are fast expansion positions, in case you didn't know.
Yeah.
You can send a drone at like 9 to block his hatch, and that can just annoy him and give you a little bit of room to be kind of ahead. Like you're sacrificing that drone. You're not going to have him mining, but if you can slow his expansion down enough, it can just be annoying for him. This is especially true if you're going to try to one base and he's trying to fast expand, because he needs that creep to really defend a one base play. Alright, so you go in gas pool again. I love it. I'm just going to talk for a second about this build that you're doing. Fast expansion into speedling is super good. It might not be as good as speedling into expand. I think speedling into expand is a little bit safer, but this is certainly super viable and a build that I really like. Not one that I use a whole lot, again, because I just prefer to play one base banes. I really like one base banes. I guess, you know, that's just how I am. So anyway. Pool is just now finishing up, so you're obviously going to want to get a queen and some lings. And you've got a lot of money, so you can go ahead and double queen and get an overlord, because you are about to miss one.
Oh, good thing I got you there then.
And ling speed.
Oh, come on.
Now this is important. That wasn't the fastest ling speed ever. Would you say that it was delayed a little bit?
Just missed it, I think.
Hmm?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, missed it a little
Okay.
bit behind on it.
So this is a big deal. if he catches you kind of out in the open and his speed finishes before yours, you're going to be in trouble. So that doesn't mean give up all map control, but that does mean be mindful of when your speed is going to finish, and maybe disengage when you feel like his is going to finish. Because if you lose all your Zerglings, you will in turn lose the game. I think that's a fantastic engagement. You need to follow that up, though. You need to stay on the pressure, or keep on the pressure. You have 10 lings that are about to pop. I would definitely be rallying those into his natural so that they are there to join up with the lings you have.
Come on.
Oh, and here we go. His speed's done. Yours is not. And this is actually what I warned us about, and I would have fallen into the same trap because I was like, oh great, you just want to fight. Keep the pressure on. So obviously you got to continue making lings now. If you can keep that queen alive, that is going to help. And you have lings that are popping out, so the queen dies, but you are going to clean this up. That's okay, just replace the queen, you've got the money. You have really good vision of the path between your bases. The next question you ask yourself is, what is the next step? What is the next step for him? What is the next step for you? Your Zerglings have to be active, and you can actually see that he has gone straight to Roach. So you have the option to do the exact same kind of harassment that he did to you, because you don't see any lings. So you need to be targeting that hatchery, seeing if you can force him to move, seeing if there are any openings that you can exploit. Use that mobility. In the meantime, there you go. Into the main. Right into the mineral line. As many drones as you can get. Or the queen helps, but you really want to kill drones. Fantastic. Alright, now get out of there. Or stay in there. One or the other.
Yeah, a few more.
That's awesome. You just did some good damage. Oh, we got another drone. And you are building roaches. Fantastic. Fantastic. Alright. So that's good. That's going to put you a little bit ahead. The thing, what do you have to worry about right now is if he comes and counters you, are you going to have enough stuff?
No.
You feel like no?
Spine?
I wouldn't make a spine crawler if I were you. But I mean, that's because I have vision of everything. If you feel like you need it, then yeah. But to me, you look pretty safe. So I would start your lair. I would start teching, and I would just you have vision. You see that he hasn't moved, right?
Yeah.
So what does
I can
that tell you?
The green at the bottom. It tells me they're scared and you're probably trying to build up.
Right. So you need to be building what?
Drones
and
units.
Exactly. There is a fairly significant ground distance between your bases. If he comes in and attacks right now, it stands to reason that you should be able to get units out to deal with it. Obviously you need to be maintaining a little bit of a larva cushion and a little bit of a supply cushion so that you can make units if you need to. But beyond that, I think you're in a great spot right now. I think you're in a really great spot. Now you do want to get another gas down and an evo chamber down. If you're going to play 2-base roach, you have to be playing for the long game. And I just want to really emphasize the great position that you're in. You are in a fantastic position, and you're still droning. I love that. You put down 2 evo chambers, which is okay, but you're going to need more than 2 gas to support double evos and roaches.
I think I put a 3rd gas
Yes,
down,
you did. So you're way ahead of me.
Didn't say that.
Way ahead of me. And now I see that you've started to make some roaches. I'm okay with that.
It feels a bit uncomfortable, you know.
That's fine. That's fine. That's a good instinct. Alright, your layer's done, so we want to get roach speed, we want to get +1 attack. And your layer finishing needs to always be your indicator to start making units. He's working off of the same timings as you are. So when his layer finishes, he's going to start making units. When your layer finishes, you should start making units. And the next big indicator, the next big timing indicator is going to be roach speed finishing. So when that finishes, you need to think about attacking. That does not mean go attack him, go all in send all your units at him and shout bloody murder. It means go take a poke. If you can do damage, do damage. If you can't, no big deal. When you attack, you're going to expand behind it. So in attacking, you're securing that expansion.
Oh, he's kind of this cutesy overseer player, isn't he?
That's fine. It's not a big deal. You can do the same thing.
I want to.
And to be completely honest with you, you kind of need stuff like this to happen because it slows down your macro, it lets you build up a little extra money, and that's what you're going to use to expand.
Expand again?
To your third, when you attack. Not before.
Yeah.
And that attack is coming soon. Like with this next round of roaches, it's going to go.
I don't feel ahead.
You don't feel ahead? It doesn't matter. You're not going all in with this attack. You're just going to go take a poke. If you can do damage, you do the damage. If you can't, then you fall back. It's not a big deal. But you're going to go attack right now, and you're going to go expand at the same time. Go take your third.
Oh, so that's his roaches.
Okay. That's awesome. Keep injecting. Good. You're doing a great job with your injects.
Then I'm third.
Okay, so hit him. Hit him, hit him, hit him. I think you're in a great position right here. You're droning behind this. If you're going to lose in spectacular fashion, then you want to build some units, but it doesn't look like you're going to lose in spectacular fashion. In fact, it looks like this is going to be a pretty one-sided fight, doesn't it?
It feels that way.
You might want to box off like 4 roaches and hit that spine up. GG, you win.
So the first one in a month I've won.
Okay. So what happened that game? What worked there?
I guess I kind of did the light ringling run by that you were saying that he did to me last game and did quite a bit of damage and just sort of threw him off and got him behind and just sort of droned behind it, so I didn't, I made sure I got another advantage and then attacked my timings and they lined up pretty well. It's +1, and the road speed, and then I just had more stuff. He must have been supply bots a bit more than me.
No, he wasn't. But but you did. I mean, you hit at the right times. You droned at the right times. You basically adhered to your timings. You threw him off of his timings, and because of that, you won the game. Right?
Yeah.
ZvZ more than any other matchup comes down to timings. And there's a reason this is true. Can you put your finger on it?
Why have you thrown them off? Because if you're hitting your timings earlier than them, then you've got a window to do damage because their timings haven't come up yet.
Right. That's not
my
question.
Hit that window.
My question is, why is ZvZ so dictated by timings?
Because when you have the timings, you have map control, I suppose.
Why is PvP so dictated by timings?
Don't really play any PvP. It's all 4-gate, isn't it?
Why is TVT so dictated by timings?
Because when you have an advantage the minute you hit your timing.
Because when you both play the same race, you both have the same amount of stuff. If you adhere to your timings and he misses his, you win every time. You're playing the same game. If you make your timings and you force him off of his timings, you win every time because you have the same stuff. Okay?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So, with that little Zergling run-by, that inconsequential Zergling run-by that did not feel game-ending, you threw him off his timings by an inch. It slowed down his lair. It slowed down his droning. It made him feel defensive. It forced him to make a few more units than he wanted.
Yeah.
And it just put everything out of whack. And behind that, you were nailing your timings perfectly. And when you attacked, you had 12 more roaches than he did. You had speed. Your +1 was just finishing, and you were. It was beautiful. It was absolutely textbook. So I mean, dude, like that play, I could put you up against Revenge. You would have won against him. I could have put you up against Ret. If you do the exact same thing, and if you throw him off his timings by an inch, and you still nail yours, you will win every time.
Yeah,
okay?
I see. So I guess the thing I have to ask is that I had no idea if he was going for a mutas there. And obviously, he didn't, and if he did go for Mewtwo's Island,